Dear societal norms, fuck you. You have a most disgusting, vile, shitty ideas fed to people of all ages. Know what your unfairness is leading to? A degenerate culture made of other smaller, equally degenerate cultures that stand opposed to the values you publicly preach. You preach truth, trust, honor, and justice while promoting lies, immorality, dishonor, and injustice behind closed doors. You're the remnant of an earlier society. The only difference about the ways that you're unfair then versus how you're unfair now is that you've become much more covert about your favoritisms. You discriminate against women, the poor, minorities, the LGBTQ plus community, and the disabled in ways that harm everyone. Not just your least favorite groups, but everyone. For example, female sexuality is much more heavily stigmatized than male sexuality. I see no difference, and neither should you. Sexuality is healthy and normal, and attempts to forbid it causes more harm than good. It leads to misogynistic attitudes, slut-shaming, the objectification, harassment, and rape of women, and all other problems that wouldn't occur, or would at least occur less, if we were more open about sex, and to both genders. The stigmatization of female sexuality is one example of a double standard that harms an underprivileged group. One example of a double standard that harms a privileged group would be the handling of female abusers when compared to male abusers. One instance of an abusive woman getting more of a free pass than a male abuser would be this comparison of a verdict of two court cases that I'm about to tell you about. A man who kills his abusive wife gets a harsher sentence than a woman who kills her abusive husband. The only difference here is the gender of an abuser and the gender of a victim turned murderer, but everything else except for the verdict is the same. It's not fair that we give female abusers more free paths than male abusers. These two examples show that societal norms and double standards not just harm one group of people, but all groups of people. So, I tell you, my audience, it's time to stand up to society. The only way that the world can change for the better is to see how societal norms do more harm than good and break down these unfair expectations. President Trump is a very manifestation of a toxic culture society has created and should be treated as a wake-up call on why we need change and what kind of change we need. I can't reform one unfair system on my own. I can't reform our unfair system on my own. I ask for you to find ways to bring change for a better tomorrow. One that is all-inclusive. Challenge these unfair assumptions. Question what others teach you. Don't be afraid to have your voice heard and let love guide your way. Alone, I can't make much of a difference, but together, there's nothing we cannot do. I am not here just to lecture a system that needs change on its shortcomings, but to get you, my audience, to change this unfair world. Sincerely, Tyson Dennis.